We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.
Yo, what up, choppers? What up, choppers? This is the TDC. We are back with another episode of the Daily Chop. We are your hosts, Damien Deshawn, 438, Mr. Currency, and of course,
Yo,
Mr. International, Steve B. What up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
what's up with you? What's up with you, man? Welcome to the motherfucking Daily Chop, where you know we're on top and you know it don't stop, man. Shout out to my boy SB, man, Steve, man, Mr. International, man. Shout out to my boy Deshaun, man, the man with the plan, the man that put all this shit together, man. Hey, it's been a short but long motherfucking week, but we here.
Man, it's been a trying week, bro. The news been rough for me in my personal life, but you know, you keep moving on.
Yeah.
I keep you dudes offline about it, but man, it's just good to see everybody in good health, man, good spirits, and everybody just doing their thing. But before we get into anything with the meat of the show, man, let's make sure we do give our condolences to those 67 people that were lost in the tragic incident that happened in Washington, I believe. Military helicopter collided with a passenger jet.
Yeah, Black Hawk.
Yeah, Black Hawk. I don't know much details, no more than maybe y'all do. I know that there was some things going on with the traffic controller and all of those things that's going on. It's a whole lot of stuff in the investigation that has to go. If y'all have any more intel, man, please do share.
Yeah, no, I just heard it was 67 passengers on the plane. My condolences to everyone that was on that plane. You know, it's a sad and tragic situation.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a unfortunate situation. You know, it's still a bunch of things coming out about it. So we just really don't know too much right now. But my condolences to everyone that lost their lives on the plane. I hear some of them were soccer athletes and things like that. No matter whether they're athletes or not, they were still human beings, loved ones that had families. So it's a tragic situation.
Yeah, I know it was a flight from going to Kansas or from Kansas, something like that.
Yeah.
That people had lost their lives. But Steve, you got anything you want to add, brother?
Yeah, I mean, super sad situation. One of those stories that you got to do a double take when you see it. You almost want to see if it's fake news at first. And, sadly, man, stuff like this happens around the world from time to time, but you just don't expect it to happen in America. So condolences out to those folks for sure, man.
Definitely. To our viewers, before we move on with our housekeeping, please, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. Give us those 11 seconds. It really helps with the algorithm. We can keep building. If you're on Twitter, hey, just jump over to YouTube real quick. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that notification bell to make
11 seconds, man. 11 seconds. And on Twitter, we be getting thousands of views. Just take it over to YouTube. Give us 11 seconds. We appreciate you.
Definitely. Man, first order of business, man. Y'all know what time it is. It's always that time that we start the show with. It's Logo Matters.
But understand something. Every time you go out, you got to prove the stripes. Score of every game when you start 0-0. You don't get to carry no points over. You don't get to carry anything over. You got to start. You got to finish. But here's the great thing. You control what happens to you.
Are we going to let them beat us? Let's get out there and get on.
Hey, it's a down period with football, man, but we're going to make sure what little news we give. But before we do anything, we're going to shout out to what is arguably now the greatest female basketball player in FSU history, and she still has eligibility. Let's give a shout out to the special young lady, Tanaya Latson. She's been down and stayed loyal in this era where somebody like a LSU, one of the bigger name programs, Maryland or such, in women's sports, Connecticut, they could have come and plucked her, gave her the bag, everything. She from the South Florida area, I believe.
Yeah.
They recruited her for a long time since she was underclassman in high school, and she has stayed 10 toes down, and she leads the nation in scoring now, and she got the whole women's program on her back. and she's put on a map. And I just wanted to make sure that I give her flowers. You know, a lot of times we talk about different things, but we make sure we give those people. She's already a Seminole legend now, just because of the things she's been able to do. But if y'all want to go ahead and interject, man, go ahead and just do your thing.
Yeah, man. To touch on what you said, this time, man, she's a straight bucket. I mean, she's a walking bucket. You know, the greatest female athlete that Florida State University have ever seen. You come through there, you know what I mean. And she's gonna make some news and make some noise at the WNBA, man. So be on the lookout, man, for her, because she one of the ones.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, man?
Absolutely, she's killing it. She killed it last year. Kind of went under the radar, even with the numbers. This year, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves again. You know, I watched that game-winning bucket against North Carolina like 5 times in a row. Just the confidence. Probably felt like she had all 5 defenders trying to guard her, and she still got the bucket in.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing. I couldn't help it. The son, I was trying not to laugh.
She's like
it made me funny as fuck. I was trying not to laugh. I was trying not to laugh,
man. As we transition over, man, shout out to, man, this guy has a future going into this area. I think he's pretty much setting up that stage. This is his, you know, some of his early endeavors into that area. You seeing Tom Brady do it. We saw Tony Romo. I think he has a place in not only calling games, but he has a spotlight on him once he does walk away from the game. J-Boo, man, Jameis Winston, man, he's going to be a correspondent for Fox, a digital correspondent for them during the Super Bowl. This is just a setup for big things to come for his life after sports, after the game when he walks away, man. I'm really excited for that next step because I think a lot of people have labeled him for so much going back to his days at FSU, and I really think that the best years we're going to see may not be his playing career. It's going to be after he hangs up his cleats, man. But y'all go ahead.
You know how I feel about Jameis, man. He the greatest quarterback to ever come through Florida State, man. He the greatest quarterback ever and touch the football field at Florida State. He's going to do great things off the field. You already know he's a character, man. He's going to be a straight clown show. I can't wait to see it. His transition to the next level, you know, to his next career off the field is going to be great. This is going to be a great profession for him. What else? What's more than Jameis to hear Jameis talk, man? We love to hear Jameis talk. This is perfect for him, man. And most importantly, he was going to see in the progress of replacing fuck ass Tony Romo.
Most definitely, man. Oh man, you got something, Steve?
Yeah, you can't say nothing bad about Jameis around me, man. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it a little bit in the spaces last night. Arguably the most polarizing figure in the history of Florida State. Love him or hate him, you wanted to watch him. And it's interesting seeing the media turn back around and spin the block. Everybody who's known Jameis has known he's been the same exact way since 2012 when he first stepped on campus at Florida State. Obviously, that little transgression where ESPN was on a witch hunt, trying to go get him a couple years back, kind of changed some things and had people hating on him. But this is genuinely who he is, man. He's the land of second chances. And I feel like the American public is giving him a second chance to really dive into his personality and knowing this is not an act. This is really who he is. So he's going to kill it, man. He's definitely going to kill it, and he's going to get some money doing it. So clowns like Terry Bradshaw, these old fossils, man, that want to be funny, play ball, it's time for y'all ass exit stage left, man. They move step right.
Most definitely. Well, let's make sure we shout out our choppers. We got 52 eyes on us right now, so we're gonna go ahead and bring them up. What's up?
Shout out to Pete, man. Shout out to Pete, man.
Shout out to Peter shit. Duval. Man, that shit.
Hey, I see that shit. Say we losing every motherfucking game. Say we losing every game. Sell the team.
Man, crazy, man. Shout out
to Till, man.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. The Chad.
Shout out to Chad. Yeah, prayers, man.
Definitely. Montre.
Shout out to Montre, man.
It's up.
Shout out to Rose, man. Shout out to my boy Rose, man.
In the building.
Rassan.
Shout
out to my boy Ross, man. Hey, you were snoring like a motherfucker last night. Get yourself sleep tonight, nigga.
Oh man, Pop Rose said he waiting on the restaurant names. He most definitely, I saw that.
Yeah, y'all dropped them names for Pop Rose.
Shout out to Miles.
Shout out to my boy Miles, man.
There you go.
Yeah, I see.
Shout my boy Chip, man. Shout my boy Josh.
Yeah, Josh, what's up? Tiny Hat in the building. Yeah, so started on Color People Time. Yeah, you know, we get our niggatry. Hey,
Shout my boy Tiny Hat, man.
I was knocked out too. I looked up and it was like, God damn. You know?
Hey, I was getting the podcast of cricket, boy. I said, oh shit, nigga, I do the podcast. Hey, I said, oh shit.
McCullough, what's up, Rashad?
What's up, Rashad, man?
Leave the white girls alone, man.
That's all that's up there, white color, boy. Leave him alone, boy.
Elite. What'd he say? He put it on the timeline. Elite. Well, guys, we on the football note, man, you know, we coming up to signing day, but we'll go ahead and just give a little love. We saw this first commit coming down the pike. You know, anybody that knew, just a matter of time. We waiting for Tassin Brown to make his decision. 6'7", 6'8". I think the number.
Yeah, 6'8".
Yeah, 6'8".
Close to 6'9".
Yeah, 270. So, you know, he's not no day one starter. But, I mean, he has the height and the frame. You throw another extra 30, 40 pounds. I mean, you can actually get away with probably 40 pounds on him and put him in that conditioning and get his weight up, man. I mean, you got a guy that's going to be able to help anchor that line for the future. But y'all got anything you want to add? You know a little bit more on it.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot. You know, yeah, he was originally, you know, Gus was on him. So once Gus came to Florida State, automatically knew he was a lock. He got his little thing. He got a situation worked that he committed. I've been hearing a lot of people complain about his size and things like that. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I'm not Trent Williams, but one of them star left defensive tackles came in built just like how he was, and he bulked up and he became an All-Pro.
Yeah.
So I mean,
have the right program, man.
Yeah, you gotta have the right program. You know, he put that weight on that side, everything for that, man. You might got a future first rounder.
Yeah, as long as he like to eat and he ain't no vegan like the last lineman we had a couple of years back.
Yeah,
like he eat. Hey, get that boy on that right meal plan. But you got something you want to touch in there with? Add on it, Steve.
Yeah, on top of what you said, as long as you're not doing splits either, I'll take it.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. We don't need no splits. Yeah, you know, no legs up, none of that shit, man, for sure. The other prospect is a 2026, I believe. Running back Amari Clements from out of the area. You know, he from that area, that 250-mile radius we've often discussed and others have mentioned. He's keeping him at home, basically, you know.
Yeah,
I know Florida wanted him. Miami was offered also. So, I mean, this is a big win to keep a Jet at home from the home area that's a legitimate talent. I saw just some little segments of his film. I ain't really deep dove on it just yet. But from what I see, he's an all-purpose style back. He can do a little bit of everything for you. But y'all go ahead, man. I ain't going to talk too much.
I really ain't seen too much film on him either. But I know I think from either the Tallahassee area or around that area, you know what I mean? He's fast. From what I seen on the film, he can run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He got extreme speed. You know what I mean. Give him a little inch, he gone. So it's a great pickup, great 2026 class. You know, they just keep him in the fold. You know, hold on to him, and you know, he should be a great recruit to that backfield, man. That's a big pickup. This ain't no slight. This is a big pickup, man. Shout out to Yak.
Yeah, shout out to Yak for that one.
Speed kills, man. Not traditionally an area where there's tons of elite talent for us, but we're in the mode right now where we'll take anybody that's gonna help us win ball games. So for us it's never been.
Yeah, Mariana. Yeah, that's where you're from, Mariana.
Yeah. They don't look good over there at Rashad. I know you know about Mariana. I would say it's not about signing these kids, it's about closing them. So who's the closer on the staff? This is the question that we're going to continue to pounce on the viewers' heads over and over again. Who's the closer? Can Mike finally close deals on stuff like that? Because you know how it is sometimes with us. We get on the kid early, the kid blows up, everybody comes in, you let them start taking visits after they've committed and say, oh, it's okay. Take your other 4 visits. The next thing you know, it's season. So we got to do something to force them.
Yeah. We keep losing them late on the dance floor. You know, it's that old Biggie line. As soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind. And ask you what your interests are. Who you be with?
Yeah. It happens to us every year.
It happened to us every year, man. If we keep the kids that we lost, man, you know, you never know. You know, 2 and 10 might not happen with some of the kids we done
2
lost.
and 10 don't happen at all.
2 and 10 don't happen, man. Them trenches, the talent the skill positions, you know. But speaking of that 2-10, man, we walking into 2025. I know everybody's had their little breakdowns, so of course we're gonna do ours, but we're
Yeah.
gonna do our own shit with it and our own flavor. A lot of questions, a lot of the ops got a lot of things to say about this schedule. I don't think it kind of favors us. We don't have a chance in hell. Me personally, I see 7-9. I see us getting 7-9. The 9 from me comes from if we can get one of the four, big games, the Bama, Miami, Florida, and Clemson. If we can get one of those, I definitely can see 9. But we can start off with the first game, and everybody knows who it is. Uh, it's Bama, but this ain't Saban's Bama, and I'm gonna stick by that because I've seen it. But y'all go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. Me personally, looking at the schedule, I've been seeing a lot of bias shot the fuck ass Clay Fink. You know what I mean? He got me blocked. His whack ass posted that 75 shit at the best. But nah, man. Me personally, man, I think we put belt ass, man. That Bama is not the same Nick Saban Bama, man. So I think you feel me, they in for a rude surprise. They in for a rude awakening. They don't get no spring game footage on us, quote unquote. So they don't know what we finna look like. You get what I'm saying? So right now, we have the advantage. We have the upper hand, technically, if you want to be technical with that situation. So I think we put belt the Bama ass. East Texas A&M, fuck, that's a fucking dub. Kent State, a fucking dub. Virginia, a fucking dub. The Hurricanes is gonna be an alright game, but we put belt their ass. No cap, no route. That's a dub. Pittsburgh, a fucking dub. Stafford, a dub. Wake Forest, a dub. Clemson, that's an L. Virginia Tech, that's a dub. NC State, I don't know. It's always iffy. I don't know. Me personally, I think we lose to Florida. So me personally, I see 10-2, man, and I'm keeping it in the book. 10-2, 9-3 at the lowest, man, and I'm keeping it in the book. People do all that talking. This Florida State, man. At the end of the day, we strive for greatness, man. So, hey, if anybody could do it, any team that can do it is gonna be us. You get what I'm saying? I believe in that. You know what I mean? I just think a lot of shit went bad last year to go 2-10, and with the right coaches, a lot of shit gonna go right for you to have the right season. That's just how shit goes sometimes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, a bit too early for prediction for me. I love the breakdown game by game for you guys. Maybe it's PTSD. I don't know. I don't like the back half of the schedule. I talked a little bit about it with Big Game. I mean, I feel like they fucking set us up for this shit, man. Like, even if you go 6-1, 7-1, whatever the situation is, the way that's back half of that schedule is positioned, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Now, Stanford, I don't give a shit. I'm probably still gonna go because Stanford's campus is so beautiful.
Yes.
For me to go out west, I might just pull up anyway. Wake Forest is always going to be built to ass against Wake Forest. We have no love for them, especially with the way that fan base talks. And when this NIL era, they're about to be done for. They might as well be a Mac. At Clemson, you already know what that is. Virginia Tech, I see what they have. At NC State on a Friday night, weird shit happens over there, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, just a weird place. So you already know how I feel about that one. And then at Florida, I don't like having 2 consecutive road games to end the season.
Bullshit.
But that's I mean, obviously, a blind man can tell you the first half of the schedule looks better than the back half, but it all relies on that first game. And no matter what happens, man, if we come out there and win, who knows? You can see a 2022 type season where there was a resurgence in this program and we won 10 games. So who knows, man? Tune in for the next couple months. We'll have more and more predictions, in-game breakdowns. I'm sure as rosters continue to matriculate, but
I stick to it, man. Our only 3 losses possible. Our only 2 guaranteed losses. I think Florida and I think Clemson. But the only iffy one is NC State. Other than that, I don't see nobody else fucking with us, man.
Some people threw out that Virginia Tech, not me. I think they lost too much personnel-wise, and they just had a huge turnover in coaching on the defense.
And their defense got pillaged.
Yeah. A lot of transfers, graduations. People, a lot of their best players on the defense side of the ball are not there. And then they fired a lot of the coaches on that side of the ball. So, and then that coach is on the hot seat himself. So that's the one game where you would see it as a possible coin toss. I don't. I see us getting them. We got him at, especially because we got him at home.
Yeah.
The NC State, like y'all said, that's tricky. That's always going to be tricky. But I want that win, not just for the win's sake, but for some reason I hate NC State. I don't like Dave Doran. I don't like their fan base. That's a nasty kind of fan base that'll throw batteries and piss on you. So, I mean, they filthy. But man, I do see 7-5 as the floor, 9-3 as our ceiling. Hey, more things that happen. We saw Indiana go 3-1 the year before and then turn around and make goddamn playoffs. So hey, it can happen in today's football.
Yeah, man, because none of them teams that good, man. Look at their rosters. None of them that good.
Yeah. Let's go to the choppers real quick, man. Let's tap in with them. Matt Ross has said 10 wins and we beat Bama but lose to UF. I can
Hello.
agree
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm
that.
telling you. I, think, I really do. I really think we make the playoff. I really think we probably lose we're gonna lose to Clemson. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And we're gonna lose to Florida for sure. I really do think we
yeah,
lose to Florida for sure. Like
yeah.
I really
It's
do.
on the road too.
Yeah, it's on the road and it's
Yeah.
at the NC State
The
game. You
state
get what I'm
game.
saying? So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
you're gonna lose that game.
yeah,
All
Or
right.
either if you do beat Florida, you're gonna lose to NC State.
yeah.
Because you're gonna
Hey,
be, you know what I mean? So I'm like, but I see 10 wins, man. I really think we can do it.
I think it can pull it off. This one here is it, fellas. If we see yes, Big No is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
talk about talk about Atkins dancing the goddamn going to LSU. I didn't want to give that too much energy, but we can touch on that a little bit. I mean, we already knew the play. You know, it's obvious. Either he pushed the kid there, but we've now found out the kid didn't end up going to Florida because he was trying to get a job where he was getting, and he ended up getting it at LSU.
Hey,
Good luck to LSU.
in the words of the Wire, if anybody out there watched the Wire, Alex Atkins was the stringer bell to the organization, man.
Yeah.
He was the stringer bell. He was the snake in the organization.
Uh-huh. Yep.
One thing about the old days, they the
Hey,
old
the
days.
old days.
You would think about the old days. Well, we're gonna transition to the Senior Bowl segment. We're gonna hey Steve, this is your area, man. You're gonna lead off. Insights from the Senior Bowl. Boots on the
Coming
ground.
to you from the Daily Chop. It's super footage, man. Shout out to my boy Steve, man. Shout out to 3-6.
Daily Chop, you got it, 4-3. I wanted to go ahead and wrap with our choppers real quick, man. We got a lot of exclusive content while we were there. We wanted to talk to y'all first before we drop it. We want to make sure we get y'all attention. So at the end of this episode, we're going to drop them back to back to back. Literally every 10 minutes, you're going to see a different piece of content from the Daily Chop and the Senior Bowl. Not just Florida State players, by the way. I wanted to first start off with AZ, but I'm gonna work off backwards. Stock up and stock down is the way that I really want to look at this. First and foremost, first name I want to talk about, man, Ollie Gordon, bro. This boy is much no Diddy. This man is much bigger in person than I thought. When you see this cat run, bro, when you see his lower body as well as how big he is up top, no Diddy again. This guy's gonna make some money, man. Obviously, controversial season for Ollie Gordon. Seems to be in the right headspace. We got some exclusive interviews and questions from him. I think it was a resurgence of the NFL this year. So he's coming right back into the league at the right time, in the right program, right situation. You never know what can happen with him. Tez Johnson, Oregon wide receiver, unguarded.
Yeah, I seen him out there cooking
everybody.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't believe the hype. Cooking everybody. Of course, my concern with him is his weight. He's also shorter than I thought than he was. Yeah, so come across that middleman in the league, man. Watch your head, Tez. No Diddy, bro. And kill shots. He's just coming.
Hey, it's a Derwin James out there lurking, boy.
Yeah. Speaking of size as well, man. Dylan Gabriel about an inch and a half shorter than me. Dylan Gabriel is much smaller in person than what I thought. I knew he was small, but the fact that he was able to have this much success in his college career, congratulations, my boy. Good luck at the next level, and CDL licenses are always available. Princely, whatever his last name is,
Human Ellen, yeah.
Name him. This is a constant reminder of competition isn't for everybody, man. First day he came out there, made excuses, said he couldn't really get his footing down. He was slipping all over the field. My guess is the same field that everybody else is, and not everybody else was slipping. So very interesting. He said that. Day 2, this man tapped out, man. He pretty much faked an injury. He went down. A lot of people were concerned and thought it was a major injury that was happening with him. You couldn't really see it in the telecast. He was taken out of the whole practice. We see him in media day. He doesn't even have a shoulder sling. He doesn't have anything wrong. He's fine. He's just hanging out in shorts and a t-shirt. This is a guy who tapped out because he was getting dominated by the next guy that I'm going to talk about. Carson Vincent, man, Alabama A&M.
Okay.
Kid's the truth, man. The confidence is there. The body type is there. When you walk on the field and you see, all right, which one of these guys is a dude as a left tackle? He's the one, man. Pretty cool from him. Him and his camp invited me and James out to an exclusive party that Alabama A&M alumni had for him, man. The whole city came out to support the Jit, man, and big things for him, bro. I really like him. Yeah. Stock down, Jalen Milroe, man.
I heard,
yeah.
So bad yesterday, he didn't even really show up for media day. He didn't even come out.
Wow.
There was a podium scheduled for him. Other guys, other marquee players had podiums. Ollie Gordon, Jackson Dart, Riley Leonard. This man didn't pull up, man. That tells you everything you need to know. He's a classic case of the yips, if you guys know what that means.
Yeah.
The confidence isn't there. He's going to need to be broken down and built back up.
Wow.
One of the best running backs that I saw here outside of Ollie Gordon, Devin Neal. Devin Neal's
Okay.
Yeah, Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
If you guys have your own NFL teams, man, and you guys are looking for a back, probably in those mid rounds, Devin Neal is going to be available. Absolutely unstoppable yesterday for sure. Another receiver that I really want to talk about, Jaden Higgins, Iowa State. Looks the part, acts the part. That's the guy. What's that cat's name over there in Green Bay, number 9? That receiver.
Watson. Christian Watson. Yeah.
Christian Watson, yeah.
Watson a little bit better hands than Christian Watson. And a smoother route tree coming out of his breaks as well. Billy Bowman, DB out of Oklahoma. Yeah. Everywhere. Just found everywhere. Just gives me Honey Badger vibes. He's reckless with his body, comes downhill, has a knack for the ball. Part of it is he's on the opposite defense of Jalen Milroe, and Milroe's coughing the ball up. So maybe it's a bit of both on that end. Jack Beck, wide receiver out of TCU. Big shout out to him, man. Was a Biletnikoff finalist, if I'm not sure. Straight dog. And shout out condolences to Jack Beck's family. He told us a little bit about his brother died in that New Orleans situation last month. Unfortunately, his brother lost his life, so he's been managing that and dealing with that. But last and not least, man, AZ Thomas, man.
AZ.
McShay, you've had a variety of different guys, man. Talk about his performance thus far. I know there was that clip of him struggling with Tez Johnson. Nobody was touching Tez Johnson. He was playing out of the slot. The interesting part about it is they didn't ask him to play the slot. He volunteered. He was dominating so much as the outside DB. He wanted to get some extra work and show his versatility, which I feel is only going to continue to uplift his status. He looks the part. He acts the part. All his responses are correct. We're going to drop an exclusive video first about what he thinks about Mike Norvell and the Florida State program. But he's all smiles, man. I think he's going to be a first rounder. And in a place where we have historic DBs all the time, I think he's probably going to play better at the next level than he did at Florida State, and he played well for us as well. So that's my recap so far about the Senior Bowl.
Okay, most definitely. I got a question. Were you in the vicinity when the Marshall DN blew up Josh Cornelly?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
He's got a little bag, man. He's got a little bag. He can. Well, I went back and looked at his tape. He does a lot of the speed rush, but I feel like he came to Mobile trying to show his power, man. And ultimately, man, all the SEC offensive linemen, including the Oregon linemen that he ran through, haven't been looking good, man. It's a down year for offensive linemen in the SEC, even down to the East-West Shrine Bowl. I don't know if you guys saw the clip with Shannon Sharp and Ocho breaking down that guy out of that Division III school, locking up the defensive end from Georgia.
Yeah.
In no way or manner should a defensive offensive lineman from a Division III school be able to sit down and drop his hips on a Georgia defensive player. Very non-elite year for SEC offensive linemen and defensive linemen this year. They're not looking good, man. But of course, they're going to get drafted off the strength. So business as usual on that end, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. You got any other questions for Steve? Anything else?
Nah, shit. I'm just enjoying the content, man. Shout out to Steve for getting this media for the Daily Chop, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Let me see, because I maybe had one or two more questions. Other than Green, I think that was a kid from Marshall. Was another thing. How did Farmer do? One, because there was some up and downs.
Because I thought, from what I heard he was all right. He was eye popping. You know what I mean?
I don't know what he did today. I think maybe he didn't do as well today, but he didn't lose a rep yesterday.
Okay.
I think of all the reps, he won all of them. It was probably a stalemate on 2 of the reps, but outside of that, he's beating guys. He's taking the coaching. They're focusing on him. He's one of the marquee guys. He's going to start on the team. He's not killing guys like Fisk did last year. I mean, Fisk dominated so much they made him switch teams on game day. That's stuff of legend. I mean, if that doesn't set up, this is the right way to go into a postseason, right? You dominate in Mobile, then you go in the combine, you dominate. I don't think Farmer's gonna have the same numbers. Physically, he's not the same player. There's a clip where I asked him how I feel he's gonna do next year, and he definitely spoke confidently of himself. So he's gonna have to back that shit up at this point. Let's see what he's got. But he made himself some money. He's got longer arms than the average defensive interior defensive lineman. And he does have a bit of quickness. He looks a little bit more svelte, a little bit like he got in better shape. Obviously, the season's been over for so long, he doesn't really have a choice. But shout out to Farmer and his brothers, man. They came out to support. Been talking to a lot of teams. He's poking at pretty much corner when we spoke to him. He spoke to almost every NFL team. As you know, teams in the league always value interior guys that can create pressure. And he's going to be able to do that at the next level to a certain degree.
All right.
Shout out to Josh Farmer, man. Shout out to the Farmer.
Shout out to the Farmers. We're going to head back over to the chat, bring up some more things. Diaz, who would y'all say is the leaders on the offensive side of the ball? Can you say keep grinding? We appreciate that.
Me personally, man, basically for what I'm hearing from a lot of players graduating, gonna be Thomas Castellanos, man.
Yeah.
Gonna be Thomas Castellanos. A lot of people gravitating to him. You know, he said the team was missing a leader. He gonna step up to be the leader. So
most definitely, I agree. I can concur, man. I agree with that. That it is Thomas, man. I mean, he kind of stood at the podium and spoke on it. But I also think I'm one of them to believe you got to have a leader at each level. So if your quarterback's your ultimate leader, who's your leader on the line? I look at the attitude, the lunch pail attitude that Pettibone is bringing to the
it's gonna be the center. He's the center.
He's a center. He's the other brain on the offense. You know, outside of the quarterback, he knows the calls. But not only that, that kid comes from good stock. If anybody knows who I believe his granddaddy is, you know, he comes from a lineage. His daddy played, his brother. I mean, he comes from a family. His granddad's a French Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Anybody know that the Washington team, them great defenses of those Super Bowl teams? That was his granddaddy calling them defenses. Let's see. Another question. Do we believe in Thomas Castellanos passing?
Yeah.
For me, yeah, I believe in it. I believe in it within the system. You know, what they're going to ask him to do is play to his strengths. Understanding the offense and the concepts of what Gus wants to do. And we really don't know the kind of blend. Are we getting all Gus? Are we getting some more, some of the innovation in the passing game that Mike's going to have a part in? We really don't know that. So to be able to see the development as far as how he's passing the ball, hey, right now I'm focused on that line being able to open holes for the run game. Because if you can run the ball and play defense, you're going to win games, no matter if your passing is average or not. I believe that you can pass the ball off of the run game. You just have to be able to establish that ground game. But Steve, you got anything you want to?
Yeah, Kelsey, good question. I think we got to read the room here. His development as a passer. I mean, we saw what Jordan Travis looked like. I mean, obviously it's a different system and his development as a passer. I'm not saying you're getting Jordan Travis. I'm just saying anything is possible on that end to be coming from a regular passer to a competent, even borderline, really, really good passer. Outside of that, man, I think the staff has surrounded him around big bodies. The receiver types that you're getting are going to be different. Which extends that catch radius, so you don't have to be perfect on every throw. There's going to be a lot of 50-50 balls this year, man. Deuce Robinson, go up and get it. Like, our tight ends, go up and get it. Obviously, you're going to still have your quick receivers, your squirrels and stuff like that. But, I think the Elijah Moores and these other guys that we're really forgetting about, that catch radius is extended. So he doesn't have to do play breaks down. To be honest, man, 1-2 reads and get out of there, man. I don't need Castellanos stepping back like Tom Brady or Matt Stafford and trying to go to progression 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, 1, 2 is not there. Get up out of there and use that athleticism.
Definitely, man. I agree, man. I think one thing that I didn't add in, but there's not being equated, is his ability to be able to freelance. Because when the pocket breaks down and when the defense breaks down, he can make moves on the run. If you get him out of the pocket, you have rollout passes that's designed. But then when the play breaks down, the things he'll be able to do.
He got us like that last year.
Yeah, he got us like that. I think some of the things we saw other quarterbacks that are mobile do for other programs last year, I think he's going to bring that to the table. Yeah. Not necessarily at that high level, but enough and effective enough for us to have wins.
Got the Choppers active tonight, man. Shout out to the
Choppers. Yeah, they active. Shout out. We're at 127.
Shout out to the Choppers, man. Shout out to the Choppers, man. Shout out to old Ant, man.
Talk about Two-Face. You talk about Harvey?
Yeah, he asked about Harvey, man.
Man. I mean, I think he's there were certain times he got open. He didn't find the ball. I'm sure he's going to be able to use that film and talk about, his short area quickness and things along those lines. That's one thing I didn't talk about here in my list of notes, man. Like, this quarterback crop for the Senior Bowl is as weak as I've ever seen it, man. Outside of Jackson Dart, who's doing fine. Yeah. Right? Jackson Dart's going to do okay.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard, nah, bro. Tyler Shough, nah, bro. Milroe, double thumbs down. Like,
damn. Yeah, it's trash out there, man.
Yeah,
man. These receivers got to be upset. Like, bro, this is what I signed up for of all years, man. I want to come on these weak ass quarterbacks, man. Dylan Gabriel, nah. Talk about this man through 74 miles an hour, man. It's cap, man. Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, man. If you think this man has a stronger arm, and what's Buddy's name that went to New England? What's the quarterback that was at Tennessee last year?
What's his name?
Joe Milton with the cannon.
Joe Milton.
You think Dylan? If you look at Joe Milton, you look at, and y'all actually believe that.
Gun.
I gotta do better than that, man.
No, 70 miles an hour with my ass. I
say.
Restrepo's smart. He's not getting anywhere on the outside because he knows he doesn't want no smoke over there on that side. So he's doing okay in the slot, but he's not. I think Restrepo's strength is when the play breaks down. Him being able to find open spots in the zone.
Exactly.
And in this environment in Senior Bowl where you don't have any chemistry with your teammates like that, and shit's moving really fast, the defense really starts off moving faster, and then the offense gets better around the week. He hasn't really, not like he's dominating anything. He's doing all right. And there's sometimes he's open, the quarterbacks don't find the ball, but I don't think he's going to test well when he gets to the league, to be honest. There was a lot of attention with Restrepo yesterday. He's not big. He's not fast. His hands are not – I don't think his hands are going to necessarily measure very big. I'm not saying that that's the overall be-all for success, but I don't know, dog. Maybe I'm just being a hater. What y'all think?
That's something that we mentioned.
I don't even talk about them boys, man.
I don't talk about them much, but when you're discussing it, it's just the basis of football, no trolling, no shit talking. Exactly what you said. His strength that he is good at is finding space, finding spots, sits in the places in the zone. I mean, he could be a quarterback's friend just to move the chains, but I don't see any more than that. He doesn't have a former player that they had, Barrios' speed. So
that's what I was saying. He don't got that Barrios speed.
He don't have that speed, which is going to kill him at his height. You can't be 5'10" or less and slow. So like you said, that 40 time could cost him some money. If he runs a decent 40 time, if he runs a 4.5, which I don't think he will, but if he runs a 4.5, hell yeah, I think he'd be you take him in the third round, but I don't think he's gonna run it. I think he's gonna run a 4.6. You can't be that damn small and run a 4.6. That's a double, that's dunzo. He'll make some team and probably help him out here and there, but I don't think he'll be, anything more than just a fourth or fifth wide receiver.
Yeah, I say fifth round pick, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and just do no negative.
Yeah, I give him a fifth round pick, man, because I believe he's gonna run like a 4.68.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying. That's why I'm looking at 4.6. Because I mean, even when we watched that Florida highlight when he did that spin, that shit was in slow motion. I'm like, and he was cooking their DBs with slow in mud. But it is what it is. I ain't mad. But one more question, and then we're gonna go to our next segment because I did bring up another former Miami player. Now, a lot of talk about Elijah Arroyo. The video showed that he done made himself some money. Is everything that you saw when you were there? Is it legit? Is he probably the second or third tight end off the board behind maybe the kid from Bowling Green, and then maybe the Penn State guy? Yeah,
it was a dude, man. But it's University of Miami. I'm not surprised at all. That might be. They have an argument with Iowa's tight end. Yeah. There was a. You remember the late '90s, early 2000s. Boys have how many first rounders in a row? He's a dude. He looks the part. He's got the right mentality, and he was giving linebackers and safeties hell. The kid from Bowling Green's at a different level. There was a lot of attention made towards him. I saw San Francisco really paying attention to him. And I think the kid out of Oregon, Terrence Ferguson, the white boy.
Yeah.
He a Cole Pilgrim too. But Arroyo's got a little bit more of that get up out of their speed than Ferguson does. Maybe Arroyo was just underutilizing that offense. And he's one of these guys going to make himself some money in the league. So obviously we got a Jacksonville fan in here. We got a Cowboys fan in here. Keep an eye out for that guy, man. And he's going to test well in the combine as well. That might be worth a draft pick for you guys for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I think he going no later than third round, man.
Third round.
I say he don't know later than third round.
Third round. Yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised. Some believe he'll go late first or mid second.
Yeah, that's what I say. No later than third.
Yeah. Well, we move on to our next segment. Y'all know what time that is. It is our top 5, y'all. top 5 NFL wide receivers. We can go add top 10. We can just freelance it a little bit here. It's gonna be a lot of debate here because I mean, my criteria is not only statistics, but it's just transition and how they transcended the game, things that their influence, how they ran their routes, you know. But for me, I'll go ahead and do 5, and then I'll probably add an honorable. For me, it's Jerry 1, Randy 2, T.O. 3, Megatron 4, and then 5. Shit, I pretty much can. I throw. I mean, it's some cold cats from way back too, so I don't want to just shit on everybody from from the past, before 2000. But I could throw in what's the damn guy's name? I throw Steve Largent in there, man. Cole Pilgrim, man, because he's still one of the greatest receptions guys. But that's my 5.
I'm gonna go for me. Number 1, I'm gonna go Jerry because he did some astronomical shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, for me personally, I'm going Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I'm going Andre Johnson.
Okay.
Number 4, I'm gonna go Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, I'm gonna go T.O.
Okay.
Number 6, I'm gonna go Steve Smith. Number
Yeah.
7, I'm gonna go what's his name? I'm gonna go Reggie Wayne. I like the Reggie Wayne.
Okay.
Number 8, I'm gonna go Lavernius Coles. That's just me. I like Lavernius Coles.
Okay.
Number 9, I'll probably say it's so many. It's so many.
Forget more than you remember.
Yeah, if I try to put a Florida State in there, that's why I put Lavernius Coles in there. I had to put somebody from Florida State in there, but
I count Randy, so that's how I put that in.
okay, then that's okay, y'all. Then
Yeah, I count Randy because he still gives us.
I'm gonna go Isaac Bruce, man. A lot of people sleep on Isaac Bruce.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Isaac Bruce.
Yeah,
and then number 10 for me. Give me Let me see. Give me 1 second.
Probably gonna go one of them new jacks, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go new. I'm gonna go new.
Like Julio, Mike Evans.
Give me Julio.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I forgot.
I got Jerry Rice, number 1. I got Randy Moss, number 2. I got T.O., number 3. I got Larry Fitzgerald, number 4.
Number 4. Mm-hmm.
And I got shit, man. It's probably 1A, 1B. It's between Julio Jones and Antonio Brown. Crack of the day.
Oh, instead of Lavernius Coles, give me AB. Yes, instead of Lavernius Coles, give me AB.
Straight out the city, man. You look at his numbers in a 6-year stretch, man. Nobody's got the numbers that he got. So
yeah, give me AB,
man, for sure. A lot of these guys are crash out of the year candidates, crash out of the decade, crash out of the century. A lot of diva wide receivers in this list, but that's what just what comes with the position, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Another name that wasn't thrown up there, I didn't throw in because I didn't finish a full list. But yeah, Marvin Harrison. Yeah. I mean, he's the only one in that list that isn't that's under 6 foot or 6 foot. Everyone else is above 6 foot, man. So
he's the only one that beat a murder, Deshaun. But I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you're right. He the only receiver.
Carter. Nobody said Chris Carter either.
Chris Carter, yeah, Chris Carter, James Lofton, Andre, Michael Irvin. I can't believe I didn't throw his name in it, but Andre, I can't play for the Bills, man. My mind is Andre Reed. There we
Andre
go.
Reed.
Yeah. Torrey Holt. Isaac
Torrey
Bruce.
Holt, yeah,
you can't mention Isaac Bruce without Torrey Holt, man. They were compliment, man. The greatest show on turf. Yeah. It's just some things I like. Henry Ellert, of course. Anquan Bolden, if you want to throw the floor.
Anquan Bolden, Dwayne Bowe had a good little run for a minute.
I'm still trying to figure out why he's waiting to get in the Hall of Fame, and he's sitting 14th all time statistically in receptions. You don't be top 15 in receptions, and you sitting out here waiting to get in. He has more yards than Andre Reed and Steve Largent, who are in the Hall of Fame. More yards. Why would we? He has more yards than Art Monk, who's in the Hall of Fame. Charlie Joyner, more yards than Michael Irvin. Don Maynard, who's in the Hall of Fame. What are we doing? We got to tighten up, man.
Yeah, that Hall of Fame shit been real trash over the years, man.
You know who else more yards that he got more yards than Calvin Johnson. He
Yeah.
got more yards than Calvin Johnson. Statistically, it's not just statistics, but it's also what they did. But you think about it. Ankland came in, he didn't run a great 40 time either. You know, his 40 time was garbage for a wide receiver. He lost a lot of money on it, but you know what? He made up with everything else because he was just a good athlete. We all know the story. He was a quarterback.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback coming out. More yards than Shannon Sharp, Raymond Berry. I can keep it going. Harold Carmichael. More yards than Fred Biletnikoff in the league. Now, it's different eras. You know, we got to equate that. That's what makes Jerry so special. He played in an era where he got rings, and in an era where they didn't throw the football, and Jerry put up that much.
And I seen something, man, in the span when they was comparing him to what's the wide receiver name from the Eagles? Brown. Man, they was comparing something. That nigga Jerry Rice scored on like 20-some% of the time he touched it. That shit is crazy, man. Yeah, Jerry Rice. Yeah, you can't touch the shit he did, man.
Larry's second all time in yards. Jerry has 22,000 yards, almost 23,000 yards. No one's touching that. Because you got to think about it. The closest, everybody who's close to him are all retired.
Like 7,000, 8,000 back.
Yeah. They're not catching it. And he played when they played under center and ran the football and did that in a West Coast dink and dunk offense.
Yeah.
It wasn't spread the ball out, throw it all over the field. Jerry put up those numbers. And then his 40 time.
His 40 time was trash.
Yeah, his 40 time, 4.6, man.
But that yak though, man. You only see Jerry get caught from behind, bro.
No,
Jerry Rice speed is cool.
And one more thing, I'm just giving. I always love Jerry, man. So I'm gonna give him his flowers always. He played in the era where the cornerbacks that he had to go up against a lot of Hall of Famers, from Prime to Rod Woodson. So I mean, he played all the way into the with Aeneas Williams, Charles Woodson.
Yeah, he played all them.
Champ Bailey,
Samari
Rowe. You know what I'm saying? He had to go against some dogs. Man.
Oh yeah, Rondé Barber.
What was the cat that played? He was steady. He played for the Falcons and the Colts. Played at Louisville. He was a good corner. Ray Buchanan. He was
Ray Buchanan.
Yeah, Ray Buchanan was another name, man. But we're going to go into our next top 5, guys. We're doing good here. Let's move on. This one's going to be interesting for our choppers. Wrestlers of all time. Y'all threw this one out, and I was going to hesitate to push this for another show, but I was like, you know what the hell, man? We're going to throw it on out there now and have some fun. Man, but y'all go ahead, man. I always start some shit off. Y'all go ahead and just throw
top 5 for me. I'm going to go number 1. I'm going to go Brock Lesnar. Cause that's just for me. When he fled the Big Show whole ring, collapsed and shit, I went crazy. Number 2, I'm gonna go Eddie Guerrero. Okay. Number 3, I'm gonna go Booker T.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm gonna go.
Coming for you, nigga.
Yeah. Number 4, I'm gonna go Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. Okay.
And number 5, I'll probably go Batista. That was my top 5. Yeah.
I got you.
No, Kurt Angle. Number 5, Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
because he was a real wrestler too. He was a real wrestler.
Yeah.
Perk Angle, man. Stay off them perks, man. Oh man. No, I really like your list 4-3. I see the type of style you like to watch, man. Jeff Hardy was cold. He's not in my top 5, but Jeff Hardy, man, I'm surprised that guy can walk straight in today's day, the way he risks his body. Number 1 for me is gonna be Dwayne The Rock Johnson, man. The charisma, the talent, the lineage, the bloodline. He checked off all the boxes. He came into the game, not necessarily being one that was going to be a headliner.
I forgot about Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold is going to be my number 2. I mean, 316 Austin shirts everywhere. He had my dad wearing it, man. My dad wasn't even a wrestling fan, so shout out to Stone Cold as well. Great ring presence as well. Number 3, man. I'm sorry I got to put this racist POS in here, man, but Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I can't have a list without putting Hulk in there. He's the first superstar of the sport. The next 2, I'm gonna go Undertaker. Long time of dominance. 5, man. I really can't put anybody else outside of Ric Flair, really. I'm gonna put Rick, the Nature Boy, but I do have some honorable mentions. Big fan, especially as I got older. Shawn Michaels, man.
Great kid, man.
Yeah, it was tough. I know a lot of young kids like John Cena. I was already done watching wrestling by the time John Cena. I see Triple H in there. I absolutely hate Triple H to this day. I never liked him. I respect it. I never liked him. I hate Triple H. And in terms of some other guys that I got to give respect to, man. Goldberg, bro. I love Goldberg.
Oh, I forgot about. I like the Goldberg.
Yeah,
Chris
Goldberg.
Benoit. No, hell no.
that's crazy. That's
Hey,
nasty.
baby, shot from. Oh shit!
That's
Oh
nasty.
shit!
I
This
I
is
can't.
nasty work,
You know
boy.
what? If we
couple
keep
shows,
this
baby.
strictly in the mat, yeah. But I can't do it, man.
The Sting too, man. Sting also had a great
Shot
career.
the
Yeah,
Sting.
Sting. For me, man, of course, it's Stone Cold 1, The Rock 2. I gotta put him in there because just like you said, it's Hulk Hogan because of what he did, the transition and popularized the sport to another level. Me being a kid growing up and being 10 years old in 88, that was the height of WWF before it became WWE. 4-man shit. I mean, you got a lot. I liked Ultimate Warrior. I liked a lot of them. I like Ultimate Warrior when he
Macho
came
Man?
up. But I'm Macho Man. I'm gonna throw Macho Man at 4.
I'm trying to think of your era when you start.
Oh, I used to like Big Papa Pump, man.
Yeah. I started watching in the mid 80s, man. So that was like the golden era for like
Roddy Piper for you.
Yep, WCW,
Yeah.
WWE. Hey, we leaving out ECW wrestlers too, man. The Sandman, what was his name? Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam, Andre the Giant.
Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, I used to be on that
Dreamer.
Friday night. Boy,
Yeah, man, that was
they was dishing out real blood. Those were real injuries, man. None of that fake crap.
What were the brothers? The
Dudley Brothers.
No, the Dudley Boys, but it was another group. They really fought. They would come out like they were rapping. They were ECW rappers, but I mean wrestlers. But they rap also. They were. They came out like NWA. They were like gang. They were like kind of.
Nah, that's too old. Yeah, that's too old. Yeah,
that's ECW though. They get in trouble. They get in trouble because I think they beat some guy that was supposed to be a new guy.
ECW was out of money, man.
But DDP, yeah.
David Dallas Page. Yeah, break up the chat. Yeah, man, let's see what they got going in the chat, man.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Yep. Bang, Papa Shango.
Man, chill out with that bullshit, man.
Before he changed to what was he? He changed to the pimp. Remember, he was the pimp, and then he was Kama.
Yeah, the Godfather. He turned into the Godfather.
Yeah, the Godfather.
East of the Rock, Randy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, the Legend Killer.
Stone Cold, The Rock, Randy Orton, Goldberg, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, HBK, boy.
Hell nah, no Chris
Benoit. The Choppers. When Shawn Michaels was in a tag team, can you name his tag team partner? When they were,
Edge. I like the Edge. I like
the
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Chris Walls of Jericho.
Yeah, he had everybody get fucked up in the town.
Yeah, you had
Mankind.
Cactus Jack, aka Dude Love. Dude Love. The Four Horsemen, definitely British Bulldog.
I hate the British Bulldog. I hate the British
Ravishing Rick Rude, Sid Vicious. Hey,
man, Dusty Rhodes.
Yes.
I hate Sid Vicious
man,
too.
that's cold, bro. You showed your age. You just named, rest to the dead, because all them cats is deceased, man.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. All them cats is deceased on that list.
Ric Flair, yeah, most definitely Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, I don't know why we didn't mention Bret. I didn't mention Bret Hart. Bret Hart was one of them ones for me, man.
Yeah.
I love Bret Hart, man. The best that ever did it, the best that ever will be.
The Hitman.
Yeah, WCW Sting. Yeah. Oh, no,
you talking about the yellow flat top?
I hated the Miz. That's too new. That's too new. That's my nephew. That's too new for me.
Yeah. Somebody said, Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, of course, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes.
He was racist too, but he was one of them that you thought had some soul.
He was racist too.
Yeah, he was racist too. Man,
shout out to Rey Mysterio too, man. Shout out to
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Macho Man, we mentioned.
Macho Man. CM Punk.
CM Punk.
That's kind of new.
I don't know what kids like about this. This man is not. I like to be like physically imposing, dude. Like CM Punk look like he work at CVS, like, or he's a mechanic at the mechanic shop down the street with oil stains on his jeans. Like, I know he got a good mouthpiece when he talks stuff, but like, I don't really watch the New Age wrestling. I don't know why these kids love him this much. Like, I understand why people love John Cena. I understand why people love Roman Reigns and the Bloodline and all that, but CM Punk, I don't. What's Dusty Rhodes' son that runs the AEW?
Dustin Dusty. It's Dustin Gold, which was Gold Dust.
Yeah, not Gold Dust.
Cody. Is it Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Mankind. That's funny as hell.
Kevin Nash. I forgot about Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash and Scott
Hall, man.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall,
Yeah. Iron Sheik. See, I came up in that era too. You know, I was legit with Iron Sheik and the whole. Yeah, Harley Race in his latter years, of course, not his prime. Ain't that old? Ain't.
Bradshaw,
Yeah.
Farouk too. Farouk,
Triple
AK
A, the whole, DX, most
Legend
definitely.
Rock.
RVD, yeah, we mentioned Rob
RVD,
Van
yeah.
Dam. Definitely. Shout out. I'm trying to think if there's any more names, guys, that we see in here.
Let me
Oh, and what's
see.
the name? What's the one that passed away recently? That's Erwin R. Shyster's son.
Man, my true number one wrestler was what's his name? Umanga, but he died. You know, rest in peace to Umanga,
Yeah,
but he died,
Umaga,
man.
that whole family, that's all connected to the bloodline and all that, man. Ain't they all related? Yeah.
Rikishi.
Rikishi, yeah. The
Bloodline.
Samoans, yeah, the bloodline. That's all
Y'all got a
relation.
young-
Oh, Scotty Too Hotty, man, with the worm.
Oh, yeah, Scotty Too Hotty. I
Y'all
remember
got one of the
Scott.
top five tag teams, man.
Van Vader. The Road Warriors. We ain't mentioned the Road
Yeah.
Warriors. Hawk and Animal.
Harlem Heat,
Yeah,
Warriors,
Harlem
DX.
Heat, Jake the Snake, Nation of Domination, Demolition. That's another one. They were kind of a knockoff of the
NWO,
Road Warriors.
Dudley Boys.
Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. Yep. Jimmy the Superfly Snooker. Yep.
JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield.
Tito Santana, Ricky Steamboat.
And we're gonna start handing out tickets to some of these choppers, man. Jimmy Snooker is not somebody that needs to be freaking celebrated, bro. Y'all really understand? And Google Ricky Snooker, man. This man was demented, man. Man was a murderer, rapist. You name what you want. And now
I heard some stories about him. Yeah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be quiet on that.
Murder and rape charge, bro.
Yeah. The Birdman, Coco Beware. Yep. Man, that's good. Well, guys, we're gonna go ahead and do our segment where we make sure we celebrate and promote those who watch. So we're gonna give a shout out to, once again, the Candle Lady, Affluent Candle Lady, Candle Woman 850. I believe
man, Wonder Woman 850, man. Make sure I get those candles for them yams. Valentine's Day coming up. Make sure you tap in, man. Listen, don't be no bum ass nigga and not get your girl nothing.
Candles in 2024. It's tax time coming.
That's right. Tax time here. February coming. Hey, it's the year of the lovers. Let's do it. Hey, the chat's still live, man. They still going.
Mark Henry, yes, shout out to Mark Henry.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, yep. Know all of them. Hey, thank you, Tanya. We really
thank you, man. You more than welcome.
Yep, Chief.
We need that exclusive TDC candle, man. Drop that exclusive TDC candle.
Yeah, you gotta get one of them. Hey, make that.
Yeah, drop the TDC candle.
Make it where it work for the black light. We need that. We definitely need that with a black light. Well, guys, this that segment that they tune in for. It's our crash outs, man. Hey, man, I want to give of course, first give condolences to the family and everything, but the crash out for this one that I'm gonna bring up here is what happened to a Bay Area legend and his brother, Too Short. His brother was murdered over his cannabis business. I know I listening to the news, I read into the details. They basically crashed the car into the building. You know, it was kind of like that snatch and grab kind of situation. He was trying to keep from losing his business. It was a growing business, and they shot him. He was 60-some years old, like 3 years older than Too Short. The brother Too Short was murdered this week in a robbery attempt. But that's a crash out for those people who did that. I hope they catch him and they take care of business and deal with it.
Yeah, man. Listen, man.
Nasty work, man.
My condolences to Too Short, man. And it's getting wicked out here, man. And it's getting wicked.
All right. I gotta mention this because I got this video, but it's the crash out for me of the week is the quote unquote rapper, the plus size rapper that's made a big deal about not being able to get an Uber, and then you put this video up, and when I saw it, shit, I couldn't do anything but laugh,
You
man.
not have the Meg knees.
Hey, them knees say, baby, you know we ain't been here before. Don't start today, baby. Listen,
Man,
hey, Gabe, baby, listen.
baby.
All you gotta do is play that video in court right there. That's it. The judge is like, yeah, that's it.
You can't do, sometimes you just need not do certain things, and she should have known.
Man, most of I've been waiting on this to try. She knew damn. I got to say it because I know y'all gonna keep it a little. Listen, she knew damn well her fat ass couldn't fit in that motherfucking car. Baby, you need a damn forklift. You need the truck. You need to get in the back of the U-Haul. They need to roll your ass up the ramp and how you sit in the back of that motherfucker. That should have been your ride. You talk about an Uber. You tried to get in the little Corolla at that, baby. You taking up all the seats. The back seats in the front. You're down there in a driver lap. Like, what the fuck did you want the man to do? Then you got the nerve to sue. This is why I say black people do too fucking much. Then you got a lawyer standing up there with her like you should have been whispering in her ear, taking her fat ass on a walk and shit. But you sitting there trying to sue and get some motherfucking money. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. If I say send the flood, this shit is done right here. Look at this shit. This shit is done. Where the aliens at or some shit? This shit crazy, boy.
Everybody want a quick buck nowadays, man. Everything is fucking microwavable, man. But man, I gotta bring this couple up, man. It's like this story right here is like out of an episode of Law and Order SVU. Goddamn couple adopted 5 black children to use as slaves. Donald Ray Lance and Janine Whitefeather were arrested after a wellness check led to the discovery of 2 of the couple's 5 adopted black children living in a locked barn. The children had no means to exit the barn on their own, no running water, no bathroom facilities, no food. The children said they were forced to sleep on concrete floors in the barn without mattress or padding. The children had open sores on their feet, that the children were dirty and smelled like body odor. An indictment for human rights violations for the adopted children who were black were specifically targeted by the couple and forced to work because of their race. Nasty work. But ladies and gentlemen, this is America. Don't tell me that this shit still don't happen. Don't tell me the shit's a long time ago. The shit still exists because it gets passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah,
it still happens.
Man, listen, man, you already know how I feel about that, man. Somebody to pull up, give them the belt, and now when I mean the belt, they need to take this. What Dr. Umar say? They need to go to sleep forever. They need to go to sleep forever. You feel me? Real talk, like that's some real pitiful ass shit. You feel me? You already know how I feel about that shit. You feel me? So they just need to get the belt.
Nasty.
Yeah, that's some nasty. That ain't even nasty work. That shit just satanic, demonic ass shit. That shit just.
I'm gonna throw this. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
The system just needs to make sure they never get out.
Yeah,
need people like that walking around. And for those who are in jail, wherever they're sentenced, handle your business. Y'all have open reign. If you're a black man or a woman in jail and you're housed with one of these people, well, TDC is not condoning violence, but whatever happens, happens. I mean, you had a young lady that didn't shower in 2 years, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's a different
that's
type.
Crazy, man.
Different type. I throw one more in here, and then we give some more.
I know what's gonna be them folks. Go ahead, run it.
No, because it ain't. It ain't. I don't.
I gotta be that. The crash out gotta be that fight. The mayor of whatever that town is. Dude called it a BITCH, and they got it on and popping. That whole brawl.
Hold on, I don't know if I got that one.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it. Oh yeah, you got it.
Make sure I saved it. See, now you got me looking through.
It was the Royal Rumble. We talking about wrestling. It was the Royal Rumble at the same
time. Yeah, I got it. It's in there.
Hold on. Oh man, see,
I'm
slipping. I mean, it got me slipping. I didn't bookmark it.
They were choppers.
It's in the chat. It's in the TVC.
Hold on. I check the chat. Let me check the chat. Bear with us, choppers. Let's see. How far up do I have to go? Is this the one, the Seafood Bandits? That ain't
not the Seafood Bandits, but you could throw their ass on there too.
Yeah, I had it lined up. Let's see. Find out what.
No, that's worse than that.
Okay, hold on. It was a fight. 14-year-old boy arrested for felony murder. Oh, right here. Dalton Mayer, Tiffany. There we go. I got it right here. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna bring it up. There we go. I hope they can hear it.
Black people, we got to do better, man. We got to do
They
better. Look, we
squabbling off the back
got
with it.
Future up there swinging at people, man. You got this dude getting escorted out the club by the cops, man. We'll give you the play-by-play, man. If
Yes.
y'all have time to look at the whole clip when he's giving the city council the business and letting the mayor know how he feels about it, and he thought he was going to be able to walk off like a catwalk on Paris Fashion Week. Nah, man. Her boyfriend came and defended her honor, and she came out there and started throwing hands too. So we'll see if she still has a job after this, man. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure she is. I'm pretty sure she got enough dirt on a couple people to keep her job.
That's crazy.
Off the back though, man. That's crazy. They got active.
I didn't. Yeah, that for some reason I didn't bookmark that one. But that's wild. Now,
Yeah, I was like, that's wild. Boy, I ain't ever seen a male get active. She got active. That's crazy.
Now, tell me about this one, because this one I did bookmark, the Seafood Bandits.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta give me the play-by-play on this one.
See, can you zoom in on that bit for him, Deshaun?
I got it as close as I can get it.
Yeah, okay,
as close as I can get it for our viewers. I got to bring it in. But what did they end up just dining and dashing?
Man, I guess they sat down, ordered the food, and like they was finna eat. Soon as the lady told her, I guess the gator lady something, we went back to go fish the drinks. They got up out of there. But it's just it's just typical. It's like that's some bummy ass shit, man. It's like damn, man. Like, but then when you see how many of them it is, it's like damn, like that shit just crazy, man. That's some nasty work, man. That's nasty work for some crowds, man. Like that, y'all all got together and say, yeah, we finna walk out on some crowds and shit like that.
Wow.
Getting up out of there, look, up out of there. That's some crazy. That's some poor ass shit, though, man. That's some crazy ass shit.
Man, y'all gonna do some time over some damn
crowds, boy. I'm telling you, man, this shit is crazy.
That's crazy.
Damn crowd-led bandits.
The bandits.
W.
Oh, I got one right here too. We bring this one up since I just scrolled down to it.
Okay,
out there. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker has been accused of inappropriate behavior by 6 Baltimore area massage therapists. What in the fuck is going on with these pros and these massage therapists? You got everybody knows Deshaun. You got Robert Kraft. Now this, I want to see if he gonna get the same heat that Deshaun got.
Hell no.
Really some freaky ass niggas.
They freaky, man.
These niggas is freaky. I believe they're going in there and it's going the way they want it to go the first time. So okay, now every time they go in there, they expect to get that same treatment, and everybody ain't with the whole shebang bang boom. And these niggas just freak the fuck out, man.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm gonna throw one more up here, and it's not a crash out, but it's a shout out to YFN. He getting ready to come home. Hey, he didn't even tell on the op, you know. He kept his mouth shut. Hey, keep it moving. I wish nothing but the best and success. Get your music going, everything else, you know. Stay up out, no trouble, no shit coming to your doorstep. Y'all got anything y'all want to add to that?
Yeah, man. Shout out to YFN, man. Solid to the bone, man. Come home, stay out of trouble, man. Yeah, stay out of these folks' face. It ain't the same out here.
Yeah.
Just make your music, live your life, man. Enjoy your freedom.
Most definitely. You, Steve?
Yeah, man, at the end of the day, we get, you should be treated a certain type of way when you do a little bit of time and you didn't have to tell nobody, rat on anybody, your brothers, your associates, things like that. When you got in certain types of businesses, you know what comes with the consequences of that. So I hope when he comes home, they give him the right welcoming, the right environment, turn up the city for him. Also, man, shout out to Meech, man. Meech got a party coming on in a couple of days.
Yeah.
My city, man, and
it's gonna be a Fort Lauderdale.
There's gonna be some dollars flying in the air. So young ladies who are looking for employment, who are not well right now, please head over to Miami-Dade County and go to the BMF party. They're gonna be out there. They're gonna be outside for sure.
Most definitely. Well, this little addition before we close out this evening, man, I wanted to make sure that bring awareness. You know, this is February, and it don't always have to be because it's February, but just because the way shit is wild and crazy. I want to make sure we bring up and bring light to some of our ancestors who paved the way for us in different aspects. And this particular topic I wanted to bring up is just a little short on a particular battalion from Harlem called the Harlem Hellfighters, all black battalion that fought during World War One. I don't have to speak too much on it right now, but I do have a little segment of a video. But I encourage our viewers, our choppers, to please go look them up. But just watch this video to give you a little information on them.
The Harlem Hellfighters was a regiment of New York National Guardsmen in the First World War. They were set up to fail by their own government. They were humiliated, degraded, eventually given to the French army as a throwaway, and they ended up coming home as one of the most decorated units in the entire U.S. Army.
The Harlem Hellfighters are one of the most important regiments in American history. In World War I, they helped to establish to the entire world the power of black soldiers in the military.
It was very difficult at that time for African Americans to get into the United States military because there was this perception that African Americans would not do well in battle. They had to overcome the prejudice of their own countrymen and yet also perform ably on the battlefield.
I just wanted to do a little segment just to bring it up, but I encourage y'all to look up different things with our history, because Black history is American history. Once we don't have to label it Black history and it can just be called American history, that's when we'll really know that there has been transition. There's always a lot of pushback to when we have conversations with opposite cultures, when they talk about that was so long ago. Well, this is a little phrase, and I'll just use it that I often say. When we can stop saying it's the first, that's when you know we reach the level and where there is true equality. When there's no more first woman this, first black this, first Latino this, first Asian this, then we reach where we need to be. Until then, we're not where we need to be. This country has been in existence well over 200 years now, and we're still talking about first in different categories. So, and once we get past the first reference, then we'll be finally we'll finally become that country that we quote unquote want to be. And right now it looks like we're trying to be pushed backwards, but I encourage everyone to just stay the path. Y'all know how we navigate. And once again, go check out the Harlem Hellfighters. There's other groups. Everyone knows the Tuskegee Airmen. We know the Buffalo Soldiers, but it's more to it, to their story. They fought to the last man. One man took on several. Just from this unit alone, it's a popular story that they wanted to make a movie about. I don't know if it's going to be released or if they're going to actually get it in production. But this unit, one of the particular soldiers who fought, he came home, and like often in that time, soldiers in general, but in just referring to black soldiers, he came home and he died penniless. That's a message for not only for just black soldiers in general, but let's just talk about soldiers in general. A lot of the homeless that you walk by and we all walk by and we see on the street, a lot of those are servicemen, service women. Maybe they mentally lost some things, or some of them have chosen to just rather detach from society, but a lot of them end up homeless, served. So when you hear also those people that say, bless the troops and all of that, but they'll walk and spit on a soldier and won't give a damn about VA loans and VA and all of that shit that is important for the airmen, the seamen, the soldiers, the Marines, the Coast Guard. Man, we got to stop doing that. If it's really about blessing the troops, if it's really about thanking you for your service, then fucking thank them for real. I'm one of them. I'll be honest. I share myself. I grew up as a brat. My father served, 24 years. So, I grew up. I'm one of those people, like, when you hear cannons, a lot of us grew up in situations where you hear gunfire in the goddamn background. I grew up like this. So when I hear it in the streets, it's like numb. So it's another subject when we talk about society. But I just want to make sure I bring attention to this particular unit and soldiers in general, in particular this black unit. But we just really appreciate everybody. And y'all make sure y'all continue to just dig into history, learn your history, not just black history, all history. Because when you get into black history, it took a lot to build this country. We did a lot to build this country. So did Asians, so did Latinos, a lot. Those Latinos that we sit in, we can get on this subject. Those Latinos that you sitting here and they're getting deported. I hate this because it's starting to get close to home with certain aspects of this, with ICE and what they're doing. I want people to recognize and realize that what you're seeing is some KGB Gestapo type shit. And anybody that knows anything about that, you know what I'm talking about. But these people, you want to get these people out here. These people, they just want the opportunity. And everyone that's doing it and people are getting yanked up, they're not all criminals and stuff. It's just you got to put a boogeyman on something to make it easier to do it. But if you're celebrating everybody getting yanked up and pulled and pushed and deported, it ain't gonna be too long before they beating on your door. Y'all got anything I want to add? You on mute, Steve.
Yeah, it's bad, man. They were giving this guy hell today. I seen a clip here at the train station in Atlanta. They just posted up. They're hiding in certain spots at the MARTA train station, trying to snatch him. And a young black guy was trying to bring light to it, and they were trying to put pressure on him, telling him to stop filming. He's like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean stop filming? I'm not doing anything wrong." If you're encouraging these folks getting deported, man, just watch what the price of milk is going to be next month. Price of strawberries, price of oranges, price of building.
I just keep it on the book, man. I just feel like, I just mind my business. It ain't, but we got enough problems. You get what I'm saying? If it was our problem, they'll be doing their own thing. They wouldn't join in and intervene. So that's their problem. They got to figure it out. I mean, that's their problem. If it's like we had to figure out our own problems all this time. So you know what I mean? We ain't coming to play superhero to nobody. Shit, we got to save our damn self.
I can understand the respect, and I get what you're saying. I'll just bring a light to the situation and how it can escalate, because when because when it's no longer them, then it's us, because that's what's going to happen.
It's already us. What we've been doing now and shit. Yeah. I don't think they wanted to be us, not these group of, this we ain't our damn grandparents and shit. You know what I mean? So I don't think they'll want that.
But go ahead, Steve. Yeah, you were still going, man.
No. It's wild times, man. 2025 has been crazy so far, bro.
It's been
airplanes
wild.
Hitting helicopters, people getting deported left and right, funding
being in Florida.
Snowing in Florida. It's not even February yet, man. It's gonna be a wild year, man. Y'all
February, Saturday. Dog, all this shit happened in January.
Exactly. You see the shit that's coming down the pike, man, and we're not even a good full 2 weeks into a term. That's not just on the political shit. Then you see the shit going on in the streets, people crashing out, spazzing out every day. You got shit going on, like you said, man. It's just wild, man. It's wild to think about. But I agree with what you said for three. And us as a people, I think we need to be able to navigate our own waters before we can sweep our porch before we can worry about sweeping somebody else's porch, because we got a lot of stuff to deal with. But we do have to just be mindful that what will be done to the next group, what was done to us, it'll turn around and somebody else will be villainized, and vice versa. They're gonna villainize once they get rid of that unit, then they're gonna go do nothing but focus the camera lens on someone else, and it's definitely gonna be us, and they'll just turn up the heat. So I mean, it won't be too long for they beat on our door with some bullshit saying, "I'm, you Haitian, you Dominican, you this, we gonna get you out here." What's to stop it?
Ooh.
I'm a nigga.
I'm being too controversial, man.
That's what stop it. I'm a nigga.
But you get what I'm going with is, Steve, is I'm saying it is because, and I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Latin part of it, Latinx part or immigration. I'm just talking about how can they tell the difference? I've had situations where I've already seen where you got Puerto Ricans getting snatched up thinking they're illegals, illegal Venezuelans, illegal Colombians, illegal Mexicans. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm like, my wife came home and told me, and it's an employee. He's from the south of the border. He worried about his folks and stuff, and he's here legally. And he worried about his folks, and they all here legal. They snatching up legal folks.
What I meant, I didn't mean that specifically. I meant how much of all this is about the fact that, when we talk about a certain race being diluted, it's being mixed with everything. Blacks being mixed with whites being mixed with Spanish, whites being mixed with Asian. That census don't look like it did 70 years ago per se. And I don't know, man. I think there's certain parties that don't necessarily like that. So they
If I say the boys, if I say we ain't got to worry about them boys want the game back to normal, the good old day, that's how they bitches trying to get it.
We incarcerate a certain percentage. We deport a certain percentage.
And it's back to black and white.
Yeah. And we unalive
with the little bit of with that, the little bit of agents here, the little bit of Puerto Ricans here, but we can control them. And right now for them folks, this shit is out of control for them folks.
I see what Peter Shields, he put something in here. He said they picking up Native Americans. Hey, they gonna.
You want to know why? Want to know why they picking up Native Americans? Because they ain't the true fucking Native Americans. But I'm gonna go on mute, but I don't want to say too much. That's why I say y'all really. That's why I ain't really too. You feel me? Like, come on, man. They picking up Native. Why? Because you ain't true Native Americans. True Native Americans are like me and you. But I ain't gonna say too much.
That's a good one. TDC right there. They playing people versus each other. That's exactly where that's the view that I have. When you divide the people, you can conquer everybody. It's easier. That's when it becomes, you don't focus solely on just the color or the politics or the religion. They have to keep you divided. That way, if you're scattered, you can't come together collectively.
Hey, and I like it like that, Deshaun. Me personally, I like it like that. That's how we thrive as a community. When we had our own shit going on, when we was able to just focus on ourselves without everybody in our ear pulling this way, talking this way, we thrive as a motherfucking community. Let's divide this shit back up.
But the only pushback, and it's a small pushback I would have, is you don't have situations like COINTELPRO. You don't have situations where we infiltration. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if we're our own community, it's still going to be able to weave in because it's always somebody that looks like us that's willing to do something opposite for the buck, for the money.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
You know, and it's true because they can infiltrate. Yeah. You know, there's always agents, just like there's allies that don't look like us. There's agents that do.
Yeah.
You know how Fred Hampton got and all those other guys.
Yeah, exactly.
All the guys all the people, man, that saying free Palestine, man, they're not talking about free these people getting deported, right? They're just It all depends on what they care about for that particular.
They ain't even screaming out free the fucking innocent people that's in jail for some bullshit that they ain't did yet. They ain't screaming free them motherfuckers. You know how many people probably sitting incarcerated for shit they ain't do? You feel me? They just stuck like praying on the fucking miracle. Like, why me? Like, it's a shit ton of people in that part like that. Wrong place, wrong time, motherfuckers.
Exactly. And I would say this too. When we think of illegal immigration, we always want to put a label on it being a certain demographic. But there's illegal immigrants from the Eastern Europe, Western Europe that's here also. But you never, because your mind is already conditioned to think. When you think illegal immigrant, we automatically go where? South of the border. We automatically go there. That's our mind is what's the name? Program. Thank you. Pre-programmed to think that. But we don't think that they ain't just coming from the South. They fly into Canada, come down from Europe. They flying over from places like Ukraine and the Baltics. They coming here from all over the place. Illegal is illegal. We need to stop putting these stereotypes on what illegal is and what isn't. If we're going to go by the law, then go by the law. What's illegal? But they're not going to bust down the doors of those illegal immigrants. They're only going to label one group as illegal and criminals. But you look who runs a lot of the stuff in this country, like you said, oligarchs. Oligarchs are what? What's the terminology? That's Eastern European, man. All these folks here, come on now. We live in a society now where you got a lot of people in this country that were homegrown born. We were taught, raised if you were growing up in the 80s and it did in the 80s, you were pre-programmed once again to think that the Soviets was the enemy. We now live in a society where they want that. They want that, in which they grew up hating solely because they hate a particular group or they have a prejudice against.
It's just about power, man. You know, exactly. There's a lot of money coming. The cartels have made a lot of money. They have become extremely powerful. They have become too powerful. You know, the Mexican government have become too powerful. And when it comes to them numbers and things, you got to, like America, got to always, you know, you got a line, you get spanked.
Yeah.
And this is just a slow tactic, man. You see it's already starting to happen. You know, they're going to deport the Mexicans. Now he turned the cartels into a terrorist group. Yeah. Then he going to deploy the Navy. Mexico finna get spanked. Until they finna get spanked. And I'm just, you know, they probably got it. You know, I don't know how the politics go or what happened behind the scenes, but whatever, they got a line.
He targeted
and they finna get spanked.
Canada too. He's targeting Canada. I'm like,
Yeah.
This is wild, man. I'm like,
so behind when Trump was, some had to go on closed doors that, you know, and he finna, you know.
Yeah, it's just a crazy time that we live in, man. It's really jacked up what we're seeing, but it's just stuff that's always been here. It's just revealed instead of concealed, man. It's the same shit, same story. Nothing's new under the sun. It's just revealed to where it was concealed when we were little. Our parents were coming up, our grandparents, things like that. Man, but y'all got anything else y'all want to throw in there real quick? Because I got one more promo to do, and we can close it out.
All right, I'm good. Let's roll it.
All right. Well, we're gonna give a shout out to 3-6 and Domo Athletics. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please go over to YouTube. I know y'all like to watch it on Twitter. It's easy, but just give us a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Just go click that thumb, watch for 11 seconds, and that's all we need from you. We really appreciate everybody. Keep tapping in with us. We're still moving, still growing. Shout out to Breezy, other host. He's been busy.
Shout out to Breezy, been working, doing the 707, man.
I know he ain't been on the TL either. He just been trying to get his thing together. Sometimes you have to move a little different every now and then, but hey, TDC is still what it is.
The Daily Chop, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man.
We really appreciate everybody. Yes, sir.
Locking in next week, reporting live from the Super Bowl, man. We're gonna be in New Orleans. TDC will be in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. You never know who's going to drop by. We have a couple guests for the ladies, for some of the old heads. We might have a Florida State legend. We're not going to say who. Going to pass by and swing by the booth and talk to us, man. And we're super excited about that. So get y'all questions together and follow us on all the social media channels.
Yes.
No, y'all pulling up to YouTube every week and rocking with us and cracking on us and saying crazy things. I know you saying crazy things in that in the Navy and Tiny Hat. Y'all know who you crazy choppers are. There's no reason y'all should be in here and not follow us already on social media, though. What are we doing?
Man. Merch coming soon. Shout out to the Daily Chop, man. Shout out to Tiny Head and Renegade Roast on Mondays.
Yes.
Shout out to Georgia Renegade Report. Shout out to Deshaun and Double D's. Shout out to 3-6 and Den Media.
Yeah.
And shout out to my boy Breeze. Shout out to me 438. Shout out to my boy Steve and SC Media. Shit. Shout out to my boy Deshaun. Y'all already know how this shit go, man. Daily motherfucking Chop. Shout out to Tanya and the Floyd Candles, man. And hey,
appreciate it. Shout out to the FSU Spaces, man.
Shout out to the FSU Spaces, man. Free smooch. Free smooch.
Free smooch. All right, family.
We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive.